Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Now this time we're going to be checking out a bit of kit that I've just bought. This is the iCarsoft scanner OBD, and it's got various service tools and things like that, so I'm going to take you through what it does, try it on a couple of the cars in the fleet. It's not going to work on the Volvo 480 obviously, because this was pre-OBD standards, but we'll see what this does, see whether it's worth checking out. Something I did just want to mention, I do have an older Autel, and look at how similar. iCarsoft are definitely going for a certain market here. If I just quickly show you the Autel, I've used this a few times on the channel, so you'll probably recognise it. This is the Autel Maxi Diag EU702. It's an older scanner. It can do a few things, but it's starting to fall behind even with the updates. Try not to drop it and break it, but that's still a really good, quick connect, scan, erase tool. Really like my Autel, and that's not going anywhere in a hurry. But this one that I've bought, it's iCarsoft CR Pro. I'll show you unboxing it and stuff like that, but basically this is what you have. You have the unit. It comes with a USB lead as well. It's got a little SD card memory slot in the bottom there for all the software. Also it can do recordings and saving data, and it saves that onto the SD card. You've got your standard OBD-II connector, and that plugs into the iCarsoft. Like so, and it also comes with the USB lead. If you plug the USB lead into a computer, it will go into firmware update mode, where you can download their software. It's Windows only, their software, to update it, and that's free lifetime updates, which I think is really quite impressive. So they're constantly updating the software, the cars that it has, fixing bugs, things like that. I have actually applied the latest update to this one, and you can also download whatever it is that you've got saved on it, because when you plug it in, it appears like a USB memory stick, so you can kind of browse the memory card, get the files off that you want, any saved information, things like that. So that's the iCarsoft CR Pro. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in to a couple of our cars, and I'll show you what we can read and see on it. We're going to go with car number 1, which is our 2014 Nissan Juke, and this has the 1.5 DCI diesel engine, which is actually a Renault K9K engine in it. And we're going to plug the iCarsoft into it and see what systems we can talk to. So the OBD port is just down here. You just pop this cover off like so, and plug the cable in. As always, so this one doesn't have an internal battery. It has to be plugged in to get power. You can plug it into your USB-C and retrieve previous data if you need to get information out of it. Now I'm going to try and set this up so you can see it clearly, and then I'll go through the features. Here we go. So I've got the ignition on the Juke, so I'm going to go into diagnostics. So I'm going to do all of this in real time pretty much, and you can go down the list. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down. Do pause the video if you want to check and see if your car is there. So I'm going to scroll all the way through first. It does look like it's got most makes listed here. So for me, I'm going to go down to Nissan. Version 33.0, that's their version, so when you update it you know which one you're running. Now I'm going to go VIN identify and let it identify the make and the model automatically. So I just press read. Now it's pulled it straight from the car, so just press OK, and you'll see it's recognised Europe. Let's go down, United Kingdom. It's identified the F15 2014 model. You can choose 2-wheel or 4-wheel drive, and there we go, there's all the details. Just press OK. And then we've got our options: quick test, auto scan, control unit and service. So I'll go into quick test. Ignition is already on, and now it's going to work its way through all of the different modules that it can find. Now you'll see some of these it'll find and then it'll say not present, and that just means that this car doesn't have that feature or that module that it can talk to. So you see it's just skipping its way through the modules that this car doesn't have, and once it's done that, then we can have a look through the list. There we go. So it's now worked its way through. So obviously we've got ECM, ABS, instrument clusters, body control module, SRS, HVAC, which we've got a fault showing, AV system, power steering, IPDM, air pressure monitor, which we've got a fault which we know about. We've got a tyre that's got a slow puncture in it, multi-display, and EMCM. So the engine control module is probably the one that... So this does appear a bug in it, because if I go into what looks like the Airbag SRS system, you'd expect to see airbag related data, but you don't. So in this one you see I'm getting regeneration failure, temperature of the particulate filter, smoke and dust. You see what you can do is tick these boxes. DPF is always a good one because we know that we've had problems with that. Just wanted to go through all of those for you. I'll choose brake pedal as well and go done, and now you see we're getting the live data coming from it. Now if I press the brake pedal we should get, there you go, you see, so there's a live bit of data, and on a lot of these you can also press, let's go to something like that, wave, and then you start to get a little graph drawn like so. And obviously if the car was running you would see that varying, which I think is quite nice. So like I say, it's not necessarily the right values in each of the menus, but there is an awful lot of information that it is reading. And you see DPF internal airflow, glow plug control, all sorts. So again, I'm just going to fly through. The beep is really annoying, and you can just pause the video, have a little look and see. I mean, there is absolutely loads of live data that you can read, and I would say this is comparable to your big heavy duty expensive scan tools. Now obviously there's a lot of menus here. I'm not going to go into all of the different areas. Let's have a look at our HVAC, which is showing a fault. Let's read the fault code from it. it's showing here that we've got a few error messages logged. Now I'm not sure what all of this is. Now I'm wondering, we did have a low battery on this car recently, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if that's caused some of these faults. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the fault memory, erase, and there we go. So that's it, erased. Hopefully that won't come back. Again, you can go into the view data and you can again go through lots and lots and lots of measurements. Actually, what sunshine sensor calculator, that was one of the fault, wasn't it? So that's actually showing a value. I don't know whether it actually knows how sunny it is outside or something, but that's in that system there. AV, air pressure monitor. Now the air pressure monitor, we know that we have a low tyre pressure, and there you can see low left after low pressure. So I think what that means is left rear low pressure. Again, some of the messages are a little bit out on this, but it doesn't worry me too much. Should be able to view the data. Air pressure front left, air pressure front right, right rear, I think. Where's the left? Oh, I can't find the left rear. The beep is incredibly annoying. You can probably turn it off actually. You can see there's loads of settings in here. But this would be good if you had a sensor that was faulty. You could query it and see if it was actually sending data. Oh, have I missed it? Oh, yes. See, so the wording, it's a little bit out. Oh, I'm not actually getting any pressure readings from any of them. That might be because I haven't got the engine running again. Not to worry. So this was inside the quick test system. I'm going to come out of that now. Auto scan, fairly self-explanatory. That'll just scan through and give you fault codes. Control units are interesting. Ignition is already on. So this is where I can send commands to the car and test things are working. Now again, you do have to be careful what you're playing with in here, because it gives you control of an awful lot of systems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the BCM, and there's the door lock, and you can see what you could do is monitor the door switch and watch whether they're on or off. I thought I'd just skip forward a little bit now just to take you into the service mode, which is an important one. Really useful this. Switch the ignition on, and then you'll see the different service functions that this can do. So you can see we can do injector coding, we can do DPF regeneration and also replacement. We can recalibrate the steering angle sensor, and we can also do a BMS reset. So these are really useful functions on most cars. The service menu will change depending on what car you choose and the different options available to you, which I'm going to show you on my Volvo in just a second. So that's the functions that we've got in diagnose. Now OBD is very simple. That's just an OBD code reader and clearer, so if you just want to quickly do that. Service is pretty much what you've just seen, but there are a couple of little extras like the oil reset, electronic park brake. If I go into that one, now this car doesn't have an electronic park brake, so I don't think it's going to let me do anything here. Yes, there we go, not supported on this vehicle. Kind of knew that one. But that's what you get in the service menu. So you can see injector coding, ABS bleeding, park brake, BMS, DPF, TPMS, reset as well if you need to do it. Now the other things are fairly simple, just voltage reader. Review is where you can play back your previously saved data and freeze frames and things like that, and there's just a basic code lookup tool as well. And that's pretty much all the features. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it into the Volvo and let's have a look at what that comes up with. And now onto my 2013-14 Volvo XC60, and let's see what the iCarsoft makes of this one. Now the OBD port, if I remember rightly, it's down here. But it's backwards, it's upside down. So I'm going to take a look at that, get it connected, and let's see what we can read. Okay, same again. We're going to go into diagnostics. Let's go down to Volvo. Let's VIN identify it. (2013) XC60, and let's do a quick test. Yes, and now it can scan its way through the systems and we'll see what it finds on this car. Now I'm hoping that we don't get any fault system. As soon as I say that, we see a fault come up, because this car, it was serviced, if you remember, by Volvo and checked out recently, and there's no problems that I'm aware of, but we shall see. You'll see the different modules are available that on this car as compared to the Nissan. So let's go down to the SEM and see what the fault code is there. Let's read that. Wake up signal, general electrical failure, circuit short to battery or open. Not really sure what that one means, to be honest. Information, oh, it saved it. So you see, this is how you can save it and come back to it later. So I'll have to look that one up and find that, but I'm going to clear it anyway. There we go, that's that one cleared. What else did we have? Passenger door module. Door passenger side double lock motor. So we've got a fault with our double locking motor. Again, I'm going to record that one. I'll check that one, but I'm going to clear it whilst we're here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the now power operated tailgate module. Now we do know that we have a problem with that in this car. Let's read the fault code. Algorithm based signal incorrect position sensor. Now that would make sense actually. I'm going to clear that one. Let's see if we can view any information. Tailgate buttons, switches. So we may be able to do a follow-up video and see if we can fix the faulty electric tailgate, which would be really nice. So that's what you can see on this one. Now if I go into the service menu and let's see what service options that we get given for this car. Now I'm going to expect that we have an electronic park brake control on this one, as we do. Steering angle sensor, BMS. Now we don't have a tyre pressure system that I'm aware of, but also an oil reset, which will be good because we're going to be doing self-servicing later on in the year on this car. So there we go, that's the iCarsoft CR Pro diagnostic tool. I think this is going to be really handy on the channel. You're probably going to see it used quite a lot on a few of the cars, and so you'll be able to see it in action quite a few times. Hope this video has been useful. I'll put a link to the iCarsoft from where I bought it from down below. It is a genuine unit. This took an update. You do have to be careful. There's a lot of clones of these devices around. If you get a clone, you can't update it, so do be careful where you buy from. The link I'm going to put below is from a genuine iCarsoft seller, and like I say, that's where I got mine from. I know it's genuine because the serial number matched up and I could get the update, so do be careful if you're looking at getting one yourself. But thanks for watching this video. Please give a thumbs up if you've liked this video. Stay subscribed, more videos coming soon.